Well, welcome back to ARC Salt Lake, where we cover authentic, relevant, and community stories. We have one for you now. This week kicks off Pride Month, and there are a lot of festivities taking place in celebration. One that draws crowds each year, it's the Utah Pride Festival right here in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, and we have Utah Pride Center Executive Director Chad Call here, who joined us in studio to tell us more about what is in store for this year's event happening this weekend. So, how big is it going to be?
It's a big celebration. It always is here in Utah. So, yeah, we kick off this weekend's event. Actually, we kick it off Thursday with the interfaith service. We've got a youth dance on Friday, and then the big festivities start Saturday and Sunday.
For those who've never been, I guess, to the Pride Festival or even to the Pride Parade, what can they expect when they're coming for the first time?
Yeah, depending on what event you're coming to, a lot of people's first time event is the parade on Sunday. It starts at 10 a.m. Right in downtown Salt Lake. It's one of Utah's largest parades, so they can expect over almost 20,000 people march in that parade, with another 60,000 people that watch the parade.
Spectators,
so.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you say events. What are some of the things coming up, I guess, from Thursday through Sunday?
Yeah, so we have our interfaith service Thursday night up at the First Baptist Church across from East High. We have our youth dance for ages 14 to 20 on Friday night at the Salt Lake City Public Library. And then Saturday morning, it's our longest tradition actually in Utah, is the Utah Pride March and Rally. We meet up at the Utah State Capitol for a rally, and then we march down State Street to Washington Square, which was the original parade route actually back in the 90s for Utah Pride. And then the festival, which is kind of the big marquee event, is Saturday and Sunday. We've got headliners Cupcake performing on Saturday. David Archuleta is making his first debut at Utah Pride on Sunday at 4 p.m. And then the parade, of course, on Sunday at 10 a.m.
So where's the festival?
The festival is held at Washington Square Park,
just
right in the heart of downtown Salt Lake.
Yeah.
I have been to Pride festivals in, cities like Portland and Seattle. When I went to my first Pride Festival in Utah, I was kind of blown away by how big it is. You mentioned the size of the parade, because it really is a lot of people out there. What does that say about Pride in Utah?
It's a cool experience. I think there's this maybe misconception that Utah's not a queer-friendly place, or perhaps there are not a lot of LGBTQ individuals here in Utah, but you come out to Pride and you can see literally hundreds of thousands of people coming out for Pride. It's a really important celebration for our community, for members of our community, and for the allied community to see that this community is very real. We're very present, and we coexist in this little rock we float on. So,
are there any costs involved? I mean, if someone wants to come and watch and hear David Archuleta, for example, is it cost to get in? Or?
Yeah, so the festival tickets are on sale now on our website. They're $20 for adults, $5 for anyone under 18. There is a $2 promo code for those watching today that they can use ARC or ARC25 and get $2 off. But that's the only paid event. Everything else is a free event. The parade, the march, the rally, the interfaith, everything else is free to the public.
With Pride Month kicking off, with the festival coming up this weekend, I want to ask you about some headlines here locally recently. The Utah Jazz, the Utah Mammoth, they posted some of their logos at the Pride colors in the last couple days. A lot of positive feedback, but a lot of negative feedback as well on social media. What's your response to that as we kick off the Pride Festival?
Yeah, the Utah Jazz and the Mammoths are longtime supporters of Utah Pride. They're a sponsor, and they actually donate money back into the community and back into the center that we run year-round for programming. So they're a big supporter of ours. We support them, and they support us. I guess my response to that is Pride shows up in a lot of different ways for a lot of different people, and I think that as long as Pride continues to show up, it's a net positive overall. I guess I welcome the uncomfortable conversations around it.
Okay. Yeah. Where can people go for more information on Pride Festival if they're looking to go to some events?
Yeah, everything's on our website, utahpride.org. And they can find a full list of events, headliners, all of our performances, parade lineup, everything is there.
Okay.
A little bit of history of Utah Pride. You mentioned a few minutes ago, back in the 90s. So how long have we been having festivities and recognition here?
That depends on who you ask.
I guess asking you.
Yeah, officially, I mean, I guess the history goes back to say Utah Pride Festival started holding their festival at Washington Square Park in 1991. Before that, Pride was still happening in Utah. It was happening usually in unincorporated territory because there were some public laws preventing it from happening in downtown spaces. But 1991 was kind of the first gathering at Washington Square. 1992 was the first march/parade. It was the same event back then, and then it kind of divulged into two separate events.
All right. Well, Chad Call, thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Yeah.
We got a big event with the festival and the parade and all the other events coming up. So looking forward to it. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah,
Thanks for having
enjoy,
us.
have fun.
We always do.
We appreciate what you do.